Kia ora, good evening. Hundreds of family members of those killed in the Christchurch mosque attacks packed into courtrooms today as the biggest coronial inquest in New Zealand history began.
There were tears as the 51 people murdered on March 15 were remembered. Raw emotion later in the day as confronting GoPro video recorded by the terrorist Brenton Tarrant was played. Juliet Speedy reports.
A karakia to open what was a highly emotional day in the coroner's court, followed by Imam Gamal Fouda reciting the Quran. And then the names of each of the 51.
Ansi Karipakulam Alibaba, Arif Muhammad Ali Vora.
Innocent men, women and children brutally murdered in their place of peace and worship, Al Noor and Linwood mosques.
While each of the 51 were joined together by faith, the events of 15 March has also joined them together in their deaths. But none of them are defined by what happened on 15 March.
Deputy Chief Coroner Bridget Winley outlined the purpose of the inquest.
I ask that we bring the memories of the 51 lives that were lost to this court, so that we may give them a voice, so that our understanding of the events of March 15 can transition from darkness to light.
Also summing up what this inquiry cannot do.
I must make clear that this inquiry is not about establishing liability or negligence. I have no mandate to award compensation. It is about accountability for actions or inactions.
Hundreds turned up to court this morning. 700 are registered to hear what will be new evidence, reviewing thousands of documents, hours of video to try and provide more answers to the impacted families, survivors and many others.
Including those who witnessed the events, those who went to the aid of the injured or fleeing, and those in frontline emergency services who responded. I recognise that many of your lives have been forever impacted.
The emergency response on the day will be dissected. Because there was no criminal trial due to the Australian terrorist's guilty plea, this is the only opportunity to examine whether the police, ambulance and fire responders could have done more to save lives. An emotional tribute video was played to the court showing all of the 51 people who were murdered, including photos and comments from their surviving family. Tears flowed from not only the public gallery but throughout the court as the remarkable attributes were remembered of the men, women and children whose lives were brutally cut short that day. The 51 much loved people silenced by hate and now more than 4 years later given a voice in the coroner's court.
Juliet's with us now. Kia ora, Juliet. A second video was played to court today. What can you tell us about that?
Yes, Mike, an eerie silence descended on the court this afternoon for just over an hour as a video was played that was a timeline of how the day of March 15 unfolded from start to finish, including the emergency response. Now, the contents of that video are suppressed, but they were such that the coroner twice warned the hundreds of families and survivors watching that they may not want to stay in court because, in her words, the contents were confronting, disturbing and upsetting and included things that she warned them like parts of the GoPro video that the gunman himself filmed throughout his attack. But many of the families did stay and watch, and many of the families will find the next few weeks confronting and harrowing. But this is an important process for them and a process that they want because many of these families have many important questions that to this day remain unanswered.
Juliet Speedy live from Christchurch, Tēnā koe.